Hello, friends. Welcome to Battletech Solaris Nights, episode 117. Karl delVillar versus Deas, aka Mr. Refreshing. Should be noted that we're filming this almost directly after Cosmo's last super long episode, so some mistakes may be made. Please forgive me. Game will be fine. Yeah, Karl. Things have been happening for a lot of gladiators, but not really for you. You have, however, received a letter from an organization called the Breakthrough Group, a strategic consultancy partnership, who would like to talk to you about an exciting offer about part-time consulting work.
I'll meet with them.
Okay. You are taken to their, what's obviously a new construction with extremely neo-modern design, you know. The hallway you walk in is circular, lots of doors that slide automatically, the highest tier of amenities, but it's all very, you know, new. Cutting edge for the inner sphere.
New and paint smell.
Yeah, new paint smell for sure. You're met by a executive vice president. She comes out to meet you and shakes your hand, says, I'm Samantha. Thank you for joining me, Star Commander Karl delVillar. We wanted to talk to you about joining our OPT4 research group.
What would be the purpose of this research?
She gestures for you to walk through the park that's in the middle of the building with her.
Okay.
We're looking for brilliant minds in order to help inform the next generation of conflict.
I see.
The Breakthrough Group doesn't work for anyone in particular. It should be noted. You don't have to worry about any national ties. We mostly work as a corporate strategic consultancy group. However, you are a military man, but we mostly want you for your expertise as a Solaris gladiator and mech warrior. You don't need to worry about your clan plans falling into our hands. We want you to think up what the opposition would do in order to counter what our main pod is thinking.
I see.
We've got 11 others gathered for the OPT4 group, and, well, let me tell you about the benefits. Obviously, you would have the run of this facility where you could also station your family here. The amenities are unlimited, I should say. And we would be willing to offer you all of the security prerogatives of a inner sphere colonel. And here's what we would pay you. And she discreetly hands you a card with a number in the millions.
Okay.
Significantly more than you get paid as a Solaris gladiator. Maybe not once you start cracking in some matches, you know, get those residuals and royalties, but for an upfront payment, it's quite a lot.
And this would not preclude my obligations with Apex Dragons.
I'm sure it would only take you a few hours a week to come up with the kind of plans we need.
I'm amenable to this.
Okay, excellent. Got you on the hook now. They would love for you to sign a contract with your name on it as soon as possible.
I would like to roll. I would like to roll corporate to try to read this thing and see if I can.
Please.
Okay. Don't fail me now. That's a 9.
There are a lot of benefits to this. Perks, prerogatives, they don't matter as much to you, someone who I wouldn't put it into the mouth of Karl to say that he's an ascetic, but clan warriors tend to not live in excess.
Yeah.
You know? Especially any clan warrior that's made the trip to the inner sphere is used to sharing a bunk on a dropship for years. As much as she tries to assure you that you won't be asked to make decisions as a clan officer, the contract does not uphold that language. It merely places you as a equal partner who would use the full skill set in order to solve problems.
Okay. So there's nothing outwardly stating that they're seeking the clan perspective, but there's also nothing in there saying that they're
correct. You're in
that it will be
between
void of it.
all of the niceties.
Okay. He'll sign this contract.
Okay. They pay you a lot of money up front. They'll expect you, so it's contract work, right? They don't expect you to show up a certain number. Sorry, it's like a salaried position. Sorry, they don't expect you to work a certain number of hours. They just expect it to get done. Yeah. Do you care about meeting with any of the other members of your pod, or do you just want to solve problems alone?
He's curious to see who else they decided they wanted to bring in. So yeah, he'd be interested in trying to see, because it's almost as telling who else they identified.
The rest of your group are you're unique in being a military-minded man among them. The rest of the group is self-made entrepreneurs and media entertainers, newscasters, producers, that sort of thing. Your first task, the main group is coming up with a plan to counter Diamond Shark growing influence on Solaris. And you are tasked with coming up with a clan counterpoint. How will the Diamond Sharks react? And I mean, it's so blatantly obvious. You're the only person here who has any experience in the clans.
Yeah.
That this was meant for you.
They're looking for a clanner's insight into possible actions of the Diamond Sharks.
Yes.
Okay.
This is just your first task, but you get the feeling that it's probably going to be like this forever.
Yeah.
So I don't know how much you want to get into the nitty-gritty of the dealings, or if you even care to come up with what would be a proper answer, or just give them whatever, just be like, this is what they'll do, but that's not what they'll do. You don't care. Who are they who are they gonna check it against?
Yeah. He's not going to feed them false information. That's not really his style. And he's got no problem giving them information about his understanding of Diamond Shark tendencies and tactics specifically, but he will be vague or exclusive on things that he thinks would overlap in a strategic way against the Ghost Bears.
How much do you know about Ghost Bear merchant cast and their dealings?
As a player, not much.
As a clan officer, how much? I'm asking how interested Karl is in the lower rankings and wheeling and dealing, which is typically seen as beneath a warrior in every clan but the Diamond Sharks.
I think he has some very, very basic fundamental understandings of things. And from his perspective, the stuff that he's tried to learn about has been from a strategic point of view.
Okay.
So
well, let me ask this.
If we want to bid against this planet, then we want to try to make sure we're taking the valuable things. These are the things that the merchants can use in order to help the Tumen succeed and things like that.
How do you see the Diamond Shark military merchants? Warriors who enact merchant cast plans, bid on behalf of the clan, and enact media entertainment spectacles as well.
He thinks that those are probably things that are serving Diamond Shark well here in the Inner Sphere. But as far as his opinion of them as a clan and that tendency as a clan, he thinks that the idea of having this warrior merchant thing is just confusing both roles.
I think that your answers to them may be partially helpful, but not accurate too. You've received an update from Vimy about warriors on planet who he will be offering in his bid.
Okay.
He still basically assumes that no one will bid against him, since you haven't really expressed any interest.
Karl has no interest in winning that bid.
Okay. So, God, I didn't write this guy's name down, so I'm gonna have to ask Seth Spoon what the coyote's name was. But the coyote warrior on planet, Ezekiel Novacat, Let's Go Steel Viper, will all be in attendance. Vimy is bidding himself, but not his recently turned Diamond Shark bondsman warriors.
Interesting.
And Sergei Wolf's Gene Father.
Ooh.
Who is coming out of retirement as a true clan wolf crusader.
Trying to decide if Karl would know anything about Seth's history with Sergei Wolf.
There's also Piro Jade Falcon, who's a mech warrior. They haven't been bid in a mech yet, but just that they will be present. And a Star of Elementals. Diamond Shark Naval Elementals.
Okay.
I think that's all the clans people on planet, but if anyone remembers any more, I'm gonna throw them in here too. Basically, anyone who's remotely Crusader is showing up to kill Seth.
Yeah.
He's bidding all of them in.
I think what Karl will try to do, he doesn't want to win this bid, but he doesn't want the bid right above his to have a big gap.
You want the cut down to be very small.
Yeah.
I'm going to need you to roll corporate to see how close you can get with Vimy before... You would hate to be forced to lead this accidentally, right? Especially with a losing bid. You know what I mean? Like a bid that's so low you couldn't win. And you'd have to fight your friends. Oh,
That's a 10.
Okay, all right. Listen, the cut down is going to be a couple of elementals is all he'll be able to call upon.
Okay.
If he's in, like, not, it's not going to be like, all right, he calls in a couple more mechs.
Yeah.
You get it. You see what he's doing. You're like, oh, he's basically calling everyone on planet who might slightly be loyal. That's like a mainstream gladiator, but not me. Interesting. All right, I'll bid the same. I'll bid myself out and put all of his guys in. Yeah, it works. Vimy is furious.
Well, that's well, I'm glad I succeeded on that roll. Could have gotten real awkward.
Yeah, not great. Well, What else you got?
Let me check my notes. Doo-doo-doo.
Sergei's Gene grandfather is Vasily Wolf, by the way. The Snords Irregular pilot.
Interesting. Well, I was thinking about trying to find a way to negotiate, maybe getting some repairs for myself with Vimy, but since I just pissed him off, I'm not going to bother.
Seems unlikely.
I won't bother engaging in a losing fight.
You knew someone on planet with tons of clan salvage.
Yeah, right. If only. I do want to talk to Ro. I would like to invite him to my house.
Ro has made no attempt to hide the fact that he is integrated into the Inner Sphere now. He finally made the decision to take a last name.
Yeah,
and
I did
in a
notice that
position
during the,
as a
Gladiator
doctor.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he now has his doctorate in statistical analysis with a paper on betting procedures in Solaris and how it can be improved so that there is less flexibility in organized crime to less incentive for organized crime. So it's like, it's not just a statistical analysis, it also includes elements of sociology and everything that's part of his bailiwick as a strategic advisor to Clan Jade Falcon. He will arrive in his doctor's coat with his doctor's name tag, Dr. Rose Sabometrics. He does seem a little uncomfortable to be walking through the clan part of the spaceport. I mean, like, you know, like a Jade Falcon, if he accidentally set foot in Jade Falcon territory, it would not be unusual for them to just reclaim him or kill him on the spot, right? Like, he has to be careful where he's stepping. The other clans, if they see him walking around with a last name, they'll just kill him for being uppity.
Yeah. Which makes it all the more notable that he's been invited to the Ghost Bear portion.
Yeah, I mean, he knows your family, right? So he greets them, shakes hands with your wife because they're both doctors. Well, they're both scientists.
Yeah, they're both scientists.
He's a doctor. Not MD. Not MD. Star Commander, thank you. Sorry, I got to do my Ro voice. Let me summon the evil from within me. Star Commander Karl delVillar, thank you so much for inviting me into your domicile. I find myself at such ease here with your family. So lovely.
I am glad that you still find comfort in being here. Should I be referring to you as Doctors Subametrics?
No, please. We're work professionals and colleagues. Just call me Ro.
So
I think it would make things easier for everyone.
I agree. To make clear, I have obviously taken no issue to your transition. It appears to be treating you well.
I appreciate that. I did not think a return to the Jade Falcon clan was likely. Given my estimated lifespan and the Jade Falcon's military gains, shockingly small chance that Solaris would ever be taken by them. No, if there is an invasion of Solaris, it will be by the Ill Clan, which will not be the Jade Falcons.
I agree.
I'm sure you would.
I have a question regarding some information you offered me previously. I am hoping that you would be willing to elaborate for me.
Of course. I can't think of what this would be about. he said, lying.
My first question is, I remember a previous time that I invited you here that you warned me that Adam Kaseki would be no friend of mine.
I seem to recall that.
It appears that the recent irregularities within the stable, it appears that he is connected to at least the unauthorized removal of his battle mech.
Yes, it would be difficult for anyone but him to have removed that battle mech. He has an explanation for it. You don't find it convincing?
I have found that a degree of caution is required when listening to the stories of the spheroids. This is my reaching out for your experience. Do you believe that there is more or anything of concern with these events in Adam Kaseki?
I think there is a very high likelihood that Adam Kaseki is loyal to Comstar.
To Comstar or the word of Blake?
I hadn't considered that at all. No, Comstar. Adam Kaseki is not the man that you think he is. He is a violent, dangerous man who has lost himself on the battlefield after some time, and let's say has undergone a change of identity to which few are privy to.
Which
the only ones who are capable of performing such an action would be Comstar.
You are privy to this identity?
I worked with him in his previous identity, yes. I will not pierce the veil of secrecy with you, Star Commander.
My only concern is
him.
whether or not that identity is a threat to the stable.
No, it is not. Once it might have been, but no. If you're asking me if Adam Kaseki is a threat to the stable, perhaps. He has gone to some more extreme and violent lengths than I have previously known him to, and he was quite violent. I am concerned that he may act out against clan personnel, which of course includes me, which is why I passed my warning along to you. It should come as no shock to you that, well, Star Captain Seth Kabrinsky attempts to hide it. He is a watch officer, Clan Wolf in Exile.
Some of his actions and some of the things that were possible actions seem to suggest that.
I didn't think it necessary to warn him, since he has his head together and is knowledgeable of Inner Sphere affairs, but you needed a personal warning. Adam Kaseki is becoming increasingly unstable, and I am afraid that there is nothing we can in particular do about it. I would suggest that you keep your distance.
You don't think it would be more prudent to remove the threat?
I'm going to be shockingly honest with you in front of your family, Star Commander. You are an elemental of great renown with a blood name, and I believe that you have completed the clawing ritual.
Yes.
I believe that Adam Kaseki is more dangerous than fighting a ghost bear unarmed.
Is an interesting assessment.
You don't know him like I do.
No, I do not. That is why I seek your counsel.
Watch your back.
No, if he is also a threat to you, I hope your back also remains safe.
I have friends, associates who ensure my safety. I have had to survive in the inner sphere as a clansman, which has required me to contact people I never thought I would come in contact with.
I can only imagine after a number of years here, there are many things that you have been exposed to and done that are quite different than expected. I have only been here a short time, and
I have looked out
I have
over
underestimated some of the intricacies here.
I have looked out over the graves of many here on Solaris. Life is unusually cheap, and I say that as a Jade Falcon.
Hmm. I appreciate your wisdom.
Can I say that the broccoli is excellent?
Yeah. Otherwise, Karl will extend an invitation for him to stay for a meal, and then before he leaves, and he'll walk with him out of the compound to make sure nobody tries to do anything stupid.
Yep. Yeah. He gets in his car and drives away, but as he does, he has to drive between the legs of a security mech, since the Solarians have doubled their patrols along the clan international dropship border. They just want to let you know that they're watching. They're always watching, just in case you get any ideas of planetary conquest.
To be expected, especially after the clan security posture was also elevated.
Yeah. You know, the best way to defuse a conflict is to put as many people with guns as possible in close proximity, and then tell them they should all be nervous.
Yeah, history has told us that that is the exact right thing, and it has always worked.
I'm going to be honest with you, Kane. I am sure that Adam Kaseki is going to find some way to set off the conflict. Right, right there. A bomb strategically placed would be just what it would take to kick off a security versus clan conflict that would not end well for anyone.
Yeah,
Surprised he didn't get to this yet, but
I am also super concerned what his next move is.
he's a madman. He's insane.
Yeah.
He's a terrorist. All right, what else you got now that you've talked to Ro and he's warned you 3 times, don't mess with Adam Kaseki?
Yeah. I think at this point, Karl isn't necessarily concerned about a direct unaugmented confrontation so much as he's concerned about if Adam is as ruthless as Ro paints him to be, then the threat is not going to be a direct one. But it certainly won't be on even footing. So that's more of what he's concerned about. He also feels a little bit more comfortable about having moved his battle max now.
Well, sure.
Yeah, otherwise he's gonna continue about his normal routine. He'll go to the compound during the day so he can do his training with Brody and do like his second and third workouts of the day there while he's there and whatnot. Continue to go to the little Tira Morgue ceremony things.
They're getting intensely more nationalist, those meetings. Not specifically Linhilder or Astrid, but even when they're there, it's still we need to take back Rasselhag for the Rasselhagians. We need the lands that the wolves and the ghost bears have raped and pillaged from us back. We need to free the slaves. And we need allies. You know, it can't be done alone. We only have 6 planets. We need to be the military. We need to be the strength of Rasselhag. This is the kind of things that are being said. And everyone's agreeing. Because that's what you do in church. You all agree with whatever the person at the front of the room is saying.
Yeah. Okay.
Your presence there has not become a hindrance yet, but you were never really super welcome to these events.
Yeah. And he's been aware of that. He's gone there out of respect, and he's also gone out to learn more about the people of Rosselhag and their attitudes outside, because he's there to either change hearts and minds or prepare. So
well, right now it's a lot of loose talk from people several hundred light years away from doing anything, right?
Yeah.
It's a bunch of techs, not even the mech warriors, spreading the talk. The thing is, the clans don't have anything like this, right? Like,
yeah.
Maybe Cloud Cobras, but they wouldn't have like hate services. But this is totally normal for people to just bullshit in the inner sphere. It's very human. All right, what's next after the 5 minutes of hate?
I think the only other thing he wants to do is he wants to see, how do I want to do this? Never mind. I have to think this one out before I do it. So I think that's his agenda.
Okay.
I do want to try to research my opponent.
Karl Deas, aka Mr. Refreshing.
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember when he faced down with Adam Kosecki. Karl Deas is a hipster fuckboy. You know, he's got crystals, flip-flops. He plays a guitar.
He's the one that was like, "Let's be friends. I'll give you this gift crystal." And
yes.
They did the soup kitchen thing together. Is that what that was?
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. He's on a vegan thing right now. Save the planet. Yeah, this is Karl Deas.
Okay.
He surfs. Not jet skiing. Jet skiing is too much environmental damage, too much pollution, says the guy who is a mech pilot.
Yeah, right. So I guess I roll instinct.
Sure. That looks pretty good to me.
That is a 9.
What would you like to know?
So I get 1 question.
9 will get you 1 question and 1 stress.
Okay, let me get my stress. I wish to know what battle mech you will be using.
Karl Deas pilots one thing and one thing only: his personal variant. I think it had to be rebuilt by hand, but the Hailstorm Jagger mech. 2 LBX2s in each arm, over a pack of MRMs, ER large lasers, and 2 ER medium lasers, center torso.
Okay.
Inner sphere case to keep everything from blowing the whole mech up. It's generally regarded as a shitty mech, and he's not a great pilot, which is why he is rank 83.
Then I will bring the Dire Bear.
I don't know which one that is.
The direwolf.
Very well. Ugh. All right, I may not have that double triple check. So, Ryan. All right, I got it. There you go.
All right, and this has not been damaged since it was repaired. So it's a pretty hefty structure difference.
Yeah, yeah.
It's almost like one is almost twice as big as the other. Crazy
Just
thoughts.
remember, you got to walk home with what you got. Can't repair it anymore.
Yeah, this is going to be interesting. We'll
It's
see
still
how
going
this
to be
endurance run
nasty as
goes.
fuck. Yeah. Endurance match. You're going to alpha strike him. Jesus.
I mean, when it gets closer, yeah, if he does. All right.
Yes. Did I
So
hear
I guess,
from Dunamis correctly that you're getting into Crusader Kings, by the way?
yeah, we've been playing a lot of Crusader Kings 3. It's
You like it?
oh yeah, I love it.
Okay.
There have been some interesting interfamily issues that I have encountered in that game.
I don't know anything about it, but people are absolutely crazy about that and all the other Paradox style games.
And the only other one that the only other Paradox game I play is Stellaris, which I do also enjoy.
I saw a dude that said he played for 5 years and he finally won like last week for the first time. That sounds about
geez.
right to me. You know, I played for like 3 weeks and I didn't even get anywhere close to winning. I just ended up in stalemates with my next door neighbor for a while until a bigger fish came and ate us both. I don't know. It was tough. And I mean, now there have been all these DLCs and patches and this and that and the next thing. Like
I can do pretty good at making it to the end game, and then I die in the end game.
Of course.
And the two guys that I normally co-op with are disgustingly good. So it's like, it feels like you know, when you have to bring your kid brother with you somewhere because your parents said so. So
all right, okay. Are you going to your interview?
if Bueller is going to interview me, then I will go.
He's not opposed to interviewing you.
Okay. I know that he was upset with at least some people. So
yeah. Karl, please sit down with me. Karl, what a fine name Karl is. delVillar as well. You know, it has a strong European heritage. Would you not agree?
I am unsure.
It's true. You would be. Don't worry about it. All right. Let's talk about your upcoming match. You'll be facing off with local scum, Karl Deas. I think it's safe to say that you're going to win very quickly, correct?
Knowing that this opponent has fought our stable previously, and he was
embarrassed, annihilated.
He did not provide an entertaining level of resistance. I imagine this will be the same.
So you consider yourself at least as good as Adam Kaseki?
I would be willing to fight Adam Kaseki.
So you consider yourself better than Adam Kaseki?
I think it's only natural that I would win that fight.
Oh man, that didn't take anything.
I was like, no, Karl, why would you? No, this is such an easy trap. No.
Yeah. What about Hunter McGregor? We've talked about this previously, yes? You think you could defeat him quite as easily as well?
I think I would defeat Hunter McGregor.
What about the current champion of Solaris, Win Goddard, who personally called you out as a bottom rung?
If
Do you think you could take him?
If he decided that it was, if he decided he had the courage to fight me, I would fight him.
You don't feel that you need to work your way up the ladder like everyone else before you has? Before you face the champion? Let me ask you something. I'm just curious. Could you challenge a Khan to a trial of position and take the Khanship of a clan?
I mean, the answer to that is no, correct?
Yeah, the answer is yeah.
I could not.
Why should it be any different here?
I have not challenged Win Goddard. If he wishes to challenge me, I will fight him.
I think he's waiting for you to be challenged before you face him.
Whether he chooses for us to fight sooner or later makes no difference to me.
You consider yourself grand tournament material then? Potential champion?
Yes.
Do you think becoming the first clan grand champion of Solaris will have a significant impact on the legacy of your bloodline?
I think whomever it ends up being, the first clan warrior to win the grand tournament here will change things. And I think it will be a significant change in more ways than just winning that combat.
So I just want to be very clear with you. You believe you have a shot at becoming the #1 Inner Sphere recognized mech warrior. The strongest mech warrior in the entire Inner Sphere, even though you are born, bred, and trained as an elemental. You think it's that easy to be the #1?
I do not think it will be easy.
But you think it's possible?
I do believe it is possible.
Ladies and gentlemen, Star Commander Karl delVillar. He stands up and slow claps for you.
I don't think Karl can detect sarcasm.
I don't know that he's being sarcastic here. He's impressed that you actually believe that you, and maybe you do have the capability to do it. This guy doesn't have beef with your clan, right? The Ghost Bears are never going to end up in the Lyrian Alliance, and he loves overarching military dictatorships. It's his favorite form of government. You're best friends now. If you become ill clan, it's going to be a different matter. It's going to make sure that you're eviscerated, but you know, for now, you have a similar outlook on life. You both believe that you're genetically superior to everyone that's below you.
That's true. We do have a lot more in common than I thought.
Yeah. The thing is, he thinks he's on your level, and you don't think he's on your level. Is there anything else you want to do or say at this interview?
I would like to dedicate this impending victory to
Walunga Enterprises, Ruin Industrial, Cess Corporation, whose name I can't remember.
I think I scrolled too far. Battletech.
Battletech. All right. Great tech. Very well. I'll also need you to roll to make a controversial political statement on the microphone.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's entertainer, right?
Yep.
Yep, this is gonna go badly. Oh yeah.
Yeah, it does.
That's a flat 4.
Yeah, that's pretty bad. Let's see.
I'm glad I've got my small core group of fans that won't leave me.
Reduce glory by 1.
Okay, well, that was short-lived. I very briefly had glory. So briefly, in fact, I had it for 2 hours.
Incredible. Amazing. All right. Karl Deas enters the arena playing his guitar. He introduces himself to the crowd. You're at the Liren Arena, so you're live in person, and thousands of people are here watching. And he's looking out at them through the shield that absorbs missile impacts, PPC hits, and such. And he's just like, "Hey guys, let's just slow things down for a minute. I know we're all here. We're excited to see another unlimited class match, but have you ever thought about taking care of yourself here? You paid a lot to get these tickets. Enjoy yourself. Get a beer. Get a hot dog. Maybe you want those headphones. They look comfortable, don't they? Get you a better listening experience for the announcer. Treat yourself. You deserve it. Thanks for coming." He's playing Kumbaya as he walks towards his battle mech and then hands off the guitar as he starts climbing.
This guy.
He's a lot.
He is.
That said, somebody just made several $1,000s on beer sales, so.
Karl comes out to his tribal drum beat.
Okay. Anything else before the two of your mechs face down?
Nope. I rolled an 8 for choosing sides.
All right. He opens comms and says, "Hey, Karl. Nice to meet you. I'm Cal. I think you and we travel to the beat of a different drum, but as long as we're drumming together, we don't need to come to the same destination. We're just here on a journey."
Karl's going to think about that for a moment and go, I did not understand that.
You got an 11, though, so your confusion plays into his strategic.
His head is filled with, what do drums have to do with this? So which side am I deploying on then, good sir?
It's a great question. Let's go up, down to offer as little cover as possible. You deploy at the top, because as Cosmo would tell you, I want you to be flipping your camera angle around to make you more flustered.
Okay. Do these ruins offer cover?
Passing through ruins, it gives a +1 to shooting in both directions.
Okay. Yeah, that's my final answer.
Hmm. That's my final answer. What you think about that? Let's roll these dice. Top these charts and drop these bangers.
I got a 8 for initiative.
I got a 5. I have arrived. All right. Well, I have partial cover in the legs, and we both have the +1 for the runes in either direction.
Okay.
Oh shit! All right. This is like what's the song that like drowning deep in my world of sorrow. I think it's like Rage Against the Machine. No, it's not Rage Against the Machine.
No, that doesn't sound very Rage.
No. Who did 10,000 Fists?
Disturbed.
Disturbed. Yeah, it's like a Disturbed song. It's what's playing right here as he steps up. It's a little outside his normal musical prowess, but 19 hexes. That, well, shit. All right, well, I will fire 1 ER large laser and 4 LB2X in the thing that's not slug. Cluster, thank you. So I get a -1 to hit. Shit, this is not looking good. All right, ER first. Nope. 4 of these. No. 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 All right, he unleashes a withering hailstorm barrage and just miss after miss. Those ruins start taking cluster fire. Like, there's just lots of.
I would like to use the targeting computer to target his right torso.
Very well.
So PPC, large pulse.
For the folks at home, he's trying to get the side that has 2 different ammunition bins. Oh, Jesus.
15 damage right torso.
Okay, it's down to 0.
$15 damage right torso.
Check it. Oh no.
It's got case.
Yeah, but check again to see if there's an explosion. Because that hit doesn't, but we need to see if the ammo on the way out does.
Nope.
Okay. I mean, this is pretty bad. So he loses all cluster, the MRMs, the MRM launcher, the ER large, 2 of the arm, and I mean, this is over half his weaponry gone on the first round.
And then large pulse lasers.
No, those can't be targeting, right? They have
no,
to...
they can't be targeting. Those are regular hits.
All right,
so 10 damage right torso.
Okay, so that's center torso.
And that might be a miss. No, because the pulse is an additional, is the -2 and the -3. -4. Oh yeah, no, that's a hit. That's 10 damage to left torso.
Okay.
And Karl will open comms.
He stays standing. He accepts your comms call.
I will allow you to leave the field without destroying your battle mech.
Yep, I'm good. I'm out, bro. Just reaches down to pick up his arm and starts shuffling off the battlefield. People here, like, they're just getting those beers that Cal told them to order. Now they're like, boo! I haven't even drank this thing yet. It's $12 for a Pilsner. I don't know what stadium beer costs. That sounds right to me, but it's been a decade and a half since I've set foot inside a sporting venue.
I remember spending $6 on a large plastic cup full of cheap beer.
Well, twice that sounds right for Solaris's grandest arena. I mean, the seats in here are all like $6,000, so.
Oh boy, yeah.
Okay, you win, and you get your. I'll give Battletech his air. Sorry, I don't actually know Battletech. And
Bravo Tech is Tech. Yeah.
Yep.
All right. And I didn't know if he was going to surrender on his own, so I took advantage to offer him a mercy so I could gain a point of glory for offering him a mercy.
Yeah, he was going to surrender on his own, but you beat him to it. He will Hajir the Ra.
We'll see whether or not I can hold on to that for more than 2 hours.
All right, you wind up in your post interview, and Ernest is just like, well, went exactly like you said.
Yes, indeed.
You have anything else to add?
I look forward to taking the field against more difficult opponents.
Yeah. Congratulations on becoming rank 83. Just updating your sheet now. I'll just continue to fight everybody Kaseki fought on the way up, and Hunter as well. It's just easy, you know?
Yeah.
I'll be honest.
Makes sense. I mean, it makes sense. It's a lot less work, and it's still a lot of people to fight.
Yeah, it's like 40 or 50 minutes of work for me saved. We get to see all our old favorites like Deas, a top competitor. Everybody wanted to come back.
Karl leaves the field confused. He's still thinking about that drum line. Like, what was he talking about?
Cal sends you a copy of whatever the song is. It's you and I would travel to a beat of a different drum. Whatever that is, you know. He owns a lot of old Earthican feel-good songs.
Karl will listen to it, but he's going to be very academic about it. Like, this must be a riddle that I'm supposed to solve or something.
Yes, it's the riddle of steel. Cal Deas has given you the riddle of steel. Only Camarians can figure it out. All right. Anything you want to do in the post?
The only thing of note, I think, is he's still going to he'll still wear the workout clothes on the compound. It doesn't really change his policy at all to find out that
the bugs have been deactivated by Seth.
Okay. Whether they are or not, he's like, it's not like I'm doing anything in the compound that I care if Seth knows that I'm doing. So
Seth listens to the grunting of 5,000 crunches.
Yeah.
All right. Well, listen, between your strategic partnership with the Breakthrough Group and, you know, Eat Big, Lift Big, and some of these matches here, starting to see a lot of money in your account. You basically have enough to buy an assault class battle mech with your free time.
And I'm sure that doesn't dawn on Karl at all.
All right. Well, maybe it dawns on your wife, you know, looking over the family finances.
I mean, he would be, I guess, like, as far as the things that he spends these C-bills on, he'd be, for himself, buying, I mean, he's trying the different alcohols of Solaris out of curiosity. But he'd also be looking for, like, historical texts and knickknacks and whatever, so he can learn more about what is and isn't going on.
How accurate would you like these historical texts to be?
He's not going to really be a good judge of that. He's going to be like trying to compare and be like,
hundreds of thousands available. People on the street would be like, oh, Star Commander, I heard you love sacred texts from Earth. Look, I've got a copy of the Kama Sutra. It's an ancient historical novel.
So he's
Somebody's just gonna be
starting,
like, "This is the personal journal of George Washington."
he's gonna start building this like personal research library with maybe like 1 out of 30 books is a real thing that's worth reading, and the rest of it's all junk he's going through his research.
Here's a copy of the American Constitution, but it's from the Constitutional Restaurant in Maine, and it's their menu.
And he would also spend some of these C-bills to buy pieces of medical technology for his wife to amuse herself with and analyze and pick apart.
Mean, look, it'd be like, oh, a Bunsen burner? Well, I do have a materials processor and particle accelerator, but sure, a Bunsen burner's fine.
I imagine he's got to
A
be
stethoscope.
really silly.
Wow, how quaint. The Intersphere's still using these. Okay.
I have to imagine that his purchase history has to look super random, as it's like, you
Oh,
know,
you
buying the
probably
menu,
get
buying a
calls
book,
from
and then, like,
Comstar.
and then he buys like an X-ray machine or something. Like all these really random and silly purchases.
Have you ever
make
had
no
that
sense.
happen where your credit card company will call
Oh,
you
yeah.
and be like, there's been, okay. The only time it's happened to me is while I was on vacation, and ever since then, I've called to let them know I'm going to be on vacation. But yeah, like I've heard some people be like, yes, they call me all the time. They're so confused by my purchases.
They like trying to build some sort of algorithm to predict what would be a valid or invalid purchase was really difficult for them to deal with for the first couple of years. I get less calls now. Now it's really just things like, that's a lot of money. Did you really buy that? We don't even know what your spending habits are anymore.
Sounds right. All right. Any final thoughts, Kane?
I mean, I'll train with Brody.
Of course.
Yeah, that's the thing to do. Brody gets all this FaceTime with everybody in the stable.
Just think, in season 3, you won't have time to train with Brody. You'll just be going from match to match to match. God, another fucking one-rounder match here. Asator's rolling over in his grave.
I did. I wasn't expecting to land both of those on target, but it worked out really well.
Bullshit.
Well, the bullshit is Clan ER PPCs with targeting computer.
You know what's great is you don't even know what happened in Cosmo's match. Makes this even better.
Nope.
Perfect.
All I know is I got a message that said it's definitely worth watching. So and applauded whatever it is that you did. He was super excited and can't wait for other people to see what happened to him.
I'll tell you this. It's been years since I've used it, but I unveiled my Sharingan, which I took from the Uchiha bloodline. That's it. Have a good night, guys. Well, have a good time. So, wait a second. That's right. You can't even repair, so I don't know why I'd ask, but you never even got hit anyway, so you don't have ammo.
I took no damage.
Oh my god. Never mind. I don't need to save this map. You're good. Have a good night, guys.